Thanks for watching the Bodybuilding show with guest host, beautiful L Fox Galalo, E-double-L-E in the house. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, I'm glad you joined me here at the Mecca Metroplex.
I'm honored to be here.
Right on. We got to speak loud because we have no mics, so make sure we're nice and audioed up.
All right.
We have the champ, Charles Curtis. Dude, the guy's awesome. We all know Charles Curtis. Fan favorite here in Arizona, homegrown. Got first place at North American. Didn't get his pro card. WTF. We're going to find out what happened with that, how he feels, what's next for Charles Curtis. And without further ado, the champ, Charles Curtis, in the house, buddy. What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
Thanks for doing the show.
How are you?
Charles is no stranger to the Bodybuilding show. We had you on after the USA's, where you got fourth place as a welterweight.
Yeah.
Right? Middleweight.
Middleweight, yes. Last year, 2012, I got fourth as a welterweight, moved up a weight class, got fifth as a middleweight.
Nice.
Then 6 weeks later, I went to the North Americans and placed first, but it was 1 point away from the pro card.
1 point away from getting his pro card. If you guys don't know Charles Curtis, look him up on Facebook. Phenomenal physique from the ground up. Calves. A lot of people don't have calves. He's got calves. He's got glutes. He's got a chest. He's got arms. He's got a back. He's doing the Dennis James Classic next. Is that right?
Yep. Dennis James. I'm kind of using this show as a test run because I'm actually moving up another weight class and I'm going light heavyweight. And every time you gain weight, your body changes a little bit, so I want to see where I actually land and how well I can do. And then from there, take what I learned from the Dennis James and bring it into the USA's and hopefully nail it so I can get my pro card. They can't deny me a pro card this time because I'm a heavier weight class.
Now, why is that at North American? And now you're a national level girl, so I know that you came in second at USA's and didn't get your pro card, and if you were in another show getting second, you would have ended up with your pro card. So you kind of both have a lot in common here.
Right, yeah, and it's really unfortunate when you're just that 1 point away, and actually with my show it was a tie between points, but it really can just be one little factor with them, whether you're too big, too small. I mean, it could be the stupidest things of what you're wearing or your hair that day. I mean, for women anyway.
Was it your hair?
I'm thinking it was his hair.
It could have been.
One hair was out of place, the flavor saver going on.
It was the facial hair.
Maybe it was the facial hair. No Shave November coming up, so we're all getting ready for that. So.
Every show is different. I know the USA's, it's first place in every weight class. The North Americans was top 3 overall. And then the Nationals, it's top 2 in that weight class.
Yeah.
They just changed that too. That was a recent thing, I think in 2011 maybe or 2012 is when they transitioned where it was like the top 2 competitors. So unfortunately, missed the boat on that one for North Americans.
Damn it.
Oh, right.
Damn it.
Basically, North Americans, it was just that they gave the pro cards to the super heavy, the heavy, and the light heavy, and I was the middleweight. So it's obvious you'll give it to the heavier weight classes because they could go straight into a pro show.
So now you're a heavyweight.
No, I'm a light heavyweight now.
You're a
so
light heavyweight
They
now.
shouldn't deny me my pro card.
So
They can't deny you.
They can't deny me my pro card.
He will not be denied his pro card.
It depends on how I come in at the show though.
So how does that, I mean, so you go out there, you knew you won your class, okay, and so you're thinking, okay, I have an opportunity to get my pro card, and then you're up there, you're in the lineup, and then they announce who's getting it, right?
Yeah.
And your name wasn't called. What went through your mind at that time?
Water?
I'm thirsty. Dude, you were D-Rye for that show.
Yeah,
Not dry, the guy was D-Rye.
That was the driest. I think I was one of the driest guys up on the stage, but usually, like, even when you win a national show or if you win first place, you expect to feel a certain way, but you don't. Because you could always improve. You could always do better every year. So for me, it's not about really winning. It's about being a better person and doing better the next time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, since they denied me my pro card, I'm just going to move up another weight class because after every show, the thing I look forward to is the rebound because you gain so much muscle after that.
And you have you've had a hell of an off season. I've seen you in here. The guy's, pushing the weight. What's your weight now? Like 215?
No, I'm 202.
202.
202 and
Were
glutes.
you up in the 220 range though for a little bit?
I was 228, 230.
Yeah.
And then the glutes, my glutes are actually starting to come in already. So I'm guessing I'll be about 190 on stage.
Well, that's good.
All thanks to Coach Barnett, Josh Barnett, Metroflex Gym.
That's right.
love Josh Barnett.
That's right. The Mecca. I mean, it's so. What are you gonna do? So you get your pro card. Let's hypothetically speaking, you get your pro card. What would be next after that? Are you gonna take a year off and then maybe compete in that 212 division, or?
It all depends, because I know there's the Phoenix Europa out here, but we all know who's going to win that show. That's David Henry. Big props to David Henry. But it'll be fun to try and do a pro show, just so you can see the level of competition and where you need to be in order to do well on a pro show. Just like going to a national show, a lot of people don't realize how difficult a national show is till you get there and you're like, oh, shit, you know, I need to step my game up. So I think doing a pro show would be beneficial for me to actually know where I need to have my body at in order to play sub 5.
Yeah. Well, in the grand scheme of things, I mean, the both of you being on the cusp of getting your pro card, what, you're 23?
Yeah, 24 this year.
24, you're 25?
Yes.
So in the grand scheme of things, I'm not going to say how old I am, but my goodness, I mean, you got the world at your fingertips here. I mean, you have a bright future, and there's really nothing you can't accomplish from seeing you go from the welterweight into the middleweight and now as competing as light heavyweight. I mean, it's almost like you're made for this, man. I mean, genetic wise and work ethic wise, seeing you in here working the way you do, I commend you for that.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
I'm doing my best. Doing my best.
Ellie, you were asking me about Charles before the show. You had a couple questions.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm doing all the talking.
I was just so interested because he's only 25, so I mean, I think that's kind of crazy. I very seldomly meet somebody so successful at such a young age as well, and with a family or a new family.
Did you have a boy or you had a baby boy or
a little baby boy, Malachi.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And your family, of course. But yeah, no, I was just wondering what has driven you so far to come to a national level stage, to continue and to continue to grow, and what makes you do what you do daily.
Well, I've always wanted to do bodybuilding, but people don't realize there's so many things that you don't have control over, and your body is actually one of the only things you have control over in this world. So if you stay disciplined and motivated, you could actually make yourself look how you want to look. That's actually one of the only things we have control over in this world is our physiques, our minds, how we take things, how we do things. We could transfer what we learn from bodybuilding to everyday life. Discipline, determined, positive thinking, motivation. You could do so much with it, and it could take you to a whole nother level.
So you and I would both agree that this comes from internal.
Yeah,
everything is internal.
It's more of an internal thing, and I kind of want to do this because it's a lifestyle, it's a sport. I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing my body change, and then if I could take it beyond that and actually do well, I want to help support my family and all those that I care for.
Yeah. What's like one of the secrets would you say to your success? I mean, some people are like, I'm really good at leaning out. I have no problem getting the protein down. I have no problem training hard. I mean, for me, it's eating all the damn food. I hate eating all the food, and eating when you're hungry is so hard. What is your secret? I mean, because to see the progress you've made in 3 years is crazy. So what's your secret? Can you share that with the people?
Following directions.
That makes how vital is that? Because Elle and I were talking before the show that right now you don't have a coach, so you're bouncing some ideas off me. You know what you're doing. Okay, you got the photo shoot coming up and all that, and you know what you're doing too. But when you have a coach that you can rely on that does the thinking for you, how important is that for you and your success?
It's very important. If it's a coach and the client, they got to have a special relationship with each other because they have to learn your body. They got to know what to do with your body, and you got to be able to trust them. You just got to basically listen, follow the blueprint that they give you. A lot of people they're not disciplined enough. They can't diet. They can't stay motivated. As long as you're determined and motivated, you can keep doing what you need to do in order to get to where you need to be.
This is an interview for you, but I just need to ask, Elle, how do you trust your coach? I mean, how do you put all that faith when you know what to do, you know how to get there, you've been there yourself? How do you put all the faith in your coach and believe that? Because I have trust issues, okay? We all know I have trust issues in more ways than one in my life, okay? Inside joke here, everybody's laughing. But I mean, how do you put that trust into your coach, both of you?
Well, for me at least, it's really just letting your guard down and finally, you have to figure out exactly who you're going to work with, number one. By credentials is usually what I go by now. I work with some of the top coaches out there, and unfortunately, name isn't everything, so I go by other successes. You see who's the best at what they do. Obviously, you want to work with the best of the best. Once you find that, then you just have to trust them. You just have to let your guard down and just do what they say, and until they do you wrong,
do what they say.
Do what they say. I mean, there's really no way around it. And of course, me with kind of being a coach myself, it's really hard to completely follow somebody else's method. But once you get into it, I mean, there's always a million ways to get to C. There's A, B. I mean, there's always different routes to get to C, but I don't know. Unfortunately, it's just picking whichever way you want to go and following whatever coach you like the best. So.
And how do you put all the faith in Josh Barnett? I mean, Josh is a great guy, friend of mine too. But how do you relinquish that control all into Josh? How do you do that?
He has years of experience, and you can have the best coach in the world that knows what they're doing, but if you don't have that friendship, that relationship, and that trust with them, you're not gonna listen to somebody you don't like.
Right.
Regardless of if they know what they're doing or not, you're not gonna listen to them. So
Very
I
good.
trust him. I put all my faith into him.
Very good. Very good. Great answer from the champ, Charles
Better
Curtis.
answer than me.
What,
I'm
so
like,
who is the? I know you're on the show before, and we asked some of these same questions, but you know, just it is a new episode, and you know we have El Dalalo here as a co-host. What is? Who's the bodybuilder that inspired you? That said, I want to look like that. I want to get it. That was like that. He's the reason why I'm in bodybuilding. Who is that?
I never really had a favorite.
You know, you said that the last episode, so I was hoping he'd like you change your mind or something. But no, it was,
favorite?
No, I never
You know,
really
like
had
a top
favorite.
3?
I seen people bodybuild, and I was like, I could do that. You know, I think I could get to where I need to be if I just follow directions, but I didn't know where to start. I actually started in 2010. I started off as a lightweight.
oh, I saw your pictures. It was the Arizona show.
The Arizona Open, I was a lightweight, which was actually 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went from 146 to 176, and I'm probably heavier now. But I just thought that this is something I could do, and I realized it was easy because all you have to do is follow directions.
Yeah.
I
And
like
then, I
that.
mean,
Follow directions. It's so simple.
Just follow
Just
it
listen.
sounds easy, right? It sounds really
It's
easy.
super easy. You just listen to what
Yeah,
they
just
say.
listen. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy. I had another question. So no favorite. Pretty much, you know, you just had that. you
I mean,
just wanted
there's
to do
great bodybuilders that I looked at. Like, I mean, Arnold was one of the best. There was there's Phil Heath, there's Kai Green. There's all these bodybuilders that are where they're at. It's because they're good. They follow directions, they listen, and they're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So if you just do the same thing, you'll get to where you need to be.
Yeah. Well, one thing you and I shared together, you shared some private information about yourself, and I'm not trying to embarrass you at all. But I mean, you're you know, as a kid, you weren't a ripped, muscular kid as a kid. I mean, you were a little overweight maybe as a kid. Is that true?
Yes, I was out of shape. I was chubby, and I got made fun of. So just like every other kid or every other person that got made fun of, you just wanted to get into shape just to feel better about yourself. I think everybody gets into shape because they want to feel better.
So that was a motivating force
Yeah.
in some ways. That actually helped you.
Yes.
Yeah. Good.
That's
I mean,
always motivating.
It
That's
very
great.
is. I mean, you know.
Now you showed them. I bet they're all writing you on Facebook like, man, you look good. What you doing? They want your routine.
Exactly. They actually do message me.
That's cool. Charles Curtis, the champ, in the house. We appreciate you coming on doing the show. Does anybody you want to throw a shout out to?
Barnett boys, Josh Barnett of Metroflex Gym Phoenix. We're here right now. My family, my parents, my kids, you know, everybody that was there for me. As soon as I get to where I need to be, you know, you guys are taken care of. So.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, for ELLE Fox Dalalo, Charles the Champ Curtis, Vincent VJ Hils at the Mecca Metroflex, definitely want to throw a shout out to my sponsors, ProSups, best supplement company in the world, My Oatmeal, and last but not least, 6-Pack Bags. Thank you for all your support, and thanks for watching. Like it, share it, tweet it. We'll see you later. Thank you.
Thank you.